So I love the PvZ game franchise. Like, love it. But the thing is, I have never actually been able to beat its sequel, Plants vs. Zombies 2, It's About Time. And I think it's about time I did. That's not going in the video. No way. Like all good playthroughs of Plants vs. Zombies 2, our journey starts here at the first level of Ancient Egypt. I already beat the first 4 levels because they're kind of like tutorials after the tutorial, if that makes any sense at all. Because of this, I already had Bloomerang, but I didn't even use them for the first level, so there barely was anything until day 5, so honestly, we should probably just skip ahead to that. So what was it that happened on day 5 that made it worth mentioning? It was the fact that Dave told me I could give him a couple of bucks and he'd give me the power of Zeus. Oh yeah, and we unlocked Iceberg Lettuce, who's honestly a pretty good stalling plant. Day 6 was a Gargantuar level, and wowzers! It was, like, easy, I guess. It would be pretty hard for it to be difficult considering the fact it was a conveyor belt level, and in my opinion, they're probably some of the easiest in the game. I mean, you don't have to worry about sun production. You have all the plants that you need right there in front of you. It's so simple, only I could mess it up. I already had my 46 cabbage pults by the time the Gargantuar actually got here, so it wasn't much of a deal to take him down. And with 1 Bloomerang plant food, we were on to level 8. Yeah, the most exciting thing that happened in day 7 was the fact that I unlocked the rewards calendar. Day 8 wasn't too eventful either. The most important thing was the fact that I could actually pick my plants for myself. It's not like there was much of an option. It was really just the decision on whether or not I felt like I needed a potato mine, which in this case, I guess I did. Once again, there really isn't much that goes on in these levels. I mean, there's the Torch Zombie and the Tomb Raiser Zombie, and those are the most threatening things in the game so far. They can be pretty intimidating if you're not ready, but other than that, they're fine. Also, I kept that potato mine alive the whole time. I'm way too proud of myself for that. On day 9, I bought a power-up trying to get that plant food, and I'll tell you right now, that happens to me way too often while playing this game. Please tell me I'm not the only person who does this. Then everything went on normally, and I just beat the final wave by spamming Cabbage Pult's plant food. This thing is overpowered in the early game. Then we actually unlocked Gravebuster, who's pretty good in Dark Ages, obviously. For Ancient Egypt itself, though, I guess it's fine. It completely invalidates the Tomb Raiser zombies, so I guess he has his uses. So, day 10. We're almost halfway there already. Nothing interesting happened. Like, nothing. Alright, day 11. I'm being held at gunpoint and forced to use Sunflower, Walnut, Potato Mine, Pea Shooter, Bloomerang, and Gravebuster. Okay. I also saved this poor woman and her daughter from freezing to death. See, I'm a good person, guys. I swear, I'm a good person. I don't know what happened, but I can't find the footage for days 12 through 16, so I guess we're just going straight to 17. And it's just don't have more than however many plants, so it's not really that interesting. For these levels, I get a defense down, and then I start to remove my sunflowers and replace them with attacking plants. But this level's so simple, I really didn't need to do it. The cabbage pults would have been fine on their own. The only thing I really would have needed an extra plant for is the iceberg lettuce. Also, I always forget that you can actually speed up the gameplay itself. I never remember it's even a feature. But hey, we beat the level and we got the extra plant food. I never realized how it just kind of appears like that. Okay, day 18. Dave says something stupid as always, but it's actually a last stand level. In these levels, you can't use sunflowers and you're given a high amount of sun. You get to plant all of your plants before there are any zombies actually attacking, and you have to hope that the defense you made holds until the end of the level. I decided to go for cabbage pulch, pea shooters, bok choys, and a wall of walnuts in front of those bok choys. The only things you can really do in these levels are place instas or heal your wall plants if they've taken any damage. And of course, you can pick up and use your plant foods. There's also so many of these camel shield zombies in this level. I don't know if its health is the equivalent or higher than something like a buckethead, but either way, they're kind of annoying to deal with. As the final wave text appeared on my screen, I saw that the most threatening zombie on the lawn was a really, really long camel shield zombie. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Day 19 is actually quite interesting since there's the little mold men, and also I can't have more than 16 plants. Since I had a boosted sunflower, though, I could simply just place them and get enough sun so I didn't actually need them and could just have defensive plants. And thanks to all that sun, it started to look a little bit something like this. Then this. Then finally, we beat the level, which gave us Repeater. Wolfie Plays reference. So for day 20, we have to defend 4 sunflowers, and usually I just place one, and that's it. I just call it a day. And then I protected him more than I did the actual endangered plants. I have no idea why I did this. It's protect the endangered plants, not protect him. Anyways, I realized this and actually started doing the level objective. This objective is fun. I have to actually pay attention to the zombies. That plant food zombie would have just eaten my sunflower if I wasn't actually looking. But that doesn't matter because I placed this iceberg lettuce and for some reason it froze this zombie. This one weird little thing actually ended up making me lose this level. Yep, the first loss of this playthrough. And it's all because of him. I hate you for this. But thanks to that little slip up, I was extra cautious and nothing else happened throughout the level. We're getting really close to Zomboss now, and I just wanted to take a second to say thank you to anybody who's made it this far into the video. I really appreciate it. Anyways, for some reason, day 21 gives us Twin Sunflower Early, Kernel Pult, and Melon Pult. Hey, I won't complain. It's just kind of strange, I guess. Through my first playthrough of this game, I actually used Twin Sunflower like a lot, and I don't know what I found appealing. But we have Kernel Pult, and he's one of my favorite plants from the original game and this game as well, so I'm happy. I won't deny that he does have his weaknesses. I mean, his damage is less than mediocre. But also Butter exists. So, why does Butter freeze the zombies? Somebody please tell me. I don't understand. Why would it freeze them? I thought butter is like it's supposed to be like smooth
with the
and
butter,
like slippery or something.
got the butter on him. The dog with the butter. Dog got the butter on.
Whatever. Who cares about the funny plant game logic? Back to talking about the level itself, it was honestly a bit tricky. I could not keep any symmetry. They were sending a lot of tanky zombies, and at this point, I should have had at least a couple of melon pults. But I'm bad at the game. So don't worry, I beat the level. It's just the fact that it gave me a run for my money surprised me. I think it's because I didn't bring any walnuts. No, like seriously, that was honestly probably my main issue. I love these things so much. Anyways, after beating the level, we got the Sun Boost trophy, which gives us 25 extra sun in the bank. So for level 22, it's basically just an easier version of level 19. There's only one row of the little mold men, and we have 18 plants that we can use. Yeah, this level was wicked easy. Okay, so day 23 actually has gargantuars. Let me just... Yeah, okay. This level felt like it was some sort of last stand until the gargantuar actually showed up. Then, once he finally did show up, I just kind of froze him a bunch and placed a bonk choy in front of him. And then, yeah. And finally, after about 2 days worth of playing this game, I had made it to day 24. This was a true last stand level, and I was excited. I had a similar setup to what I had in the first last stand level, except now I had repeater. The level had basically just started, and my lawn was already looking like this. I could tell this was going to be pretty close. I mean, look at those sarcophagus zombies. Seriously, they show up so much in this level. And then this happened. This was probably the scariest part of this entire playthrough so far. Yeah, I was just this close to losing a huge part of my defense. You have redeemed yourself. And as this last push from the zombies is eventually stopped, we are given Twin Sunflower and can go on to Zomboss. I am surprised at how short it was getting to this point. I mean, I have a lot more experience with this game now that I've actually played it for a while. Earlier on, I mentioned how in my first playthrough, I actually used Twin Sunflower quite a bit, and I'm talking about how I've played through this game before. I made it to Neon Mixtape Tour before I lost my progress. I don't really want to talk about how I did lose it because it's kind of embarrassing, so let's just beat up Zomboss. I'm actually going to bring my first playthrough up right now. When I first played this boss was hard. Like, really hard for some reason. I spent, like, almost all my money on electricity trying to survive. But here, now, I don't know, it was just kind of simple, fun, entertaining. I am genuinely excited to beat this game and just play through it. But let's talk about what the fight was actually like. So, in the beginning, I really didn't feel like I was doing any damage until I used that repeater plant food, where I did just a huge chunk of his health. And once I realized that, I just started spamming the plant foods. And, yeah, kind of wiped him. Just look at his health. It's just being eviscerated. He sent some torch zombies, and then he just charged through everything. Just, Wah! But no, it was no match for me. I was too powerful. Just dead. As his Sphinxinator combusted, and he was left defenseless, he dropped the key to Pirate's Seas. Zomboss was defeated, and I was on to the next world in PvZ2. The year 1679, the golden age of zombie piracy. Keep your booty close and your plants closer as zombies take to the seas and plunder for your brains. So satisfying. So that was the first world of PvZ2. Subscribe if you want to see a part 2 where I take on Pirate Seas.